Hey, hello, 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 hey, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. This is Little Sister Chris and your grief therapist. I am going
Hello, hello,
live.
hello, hello, hey, hello,
Y'all hear that?
hello. Hey, y'all. This is Little Sister Chris and your
Oh,
grief
reverb.
therapist. I am going. Hello, hello.
Okay, here we go. Now I got that turned off. Hey, y'all, whoever will be looking at this is April the 30th. Oh my gosh. April really drug me, but I'm here and I'm excited that I'm here for you all. I'm going to let you guys know that this is my business name or my logo, which we're anchoring the waves of grief. If for you all who are not aware, I am little sister because I lost my only brother, my older brother, to leukemia back in 1997. April 10th, 1997 was the 27th year that my brother has been gone. 27 years. And y'all, let me just tell you that whenever I had to power through because I work for myself now and I didn't have the capacity to really take off the day because April 10th fell on, I believe it fell on a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. And Wednesdays are my heaviest days. Let me look. April the 10th was, yeah, so it fell on a Wednesday, and that is my heaviest day of any week on a Wednesday. I am go, go, go. I have to be downtown. I have a contract job with a recovery court here in my city, and I see clients back to back to back to back. And in my mind, I was thinking, today is April the 10th. And today is the 27th anniversary of my brother's passing. And one of my clients taught me that they didn't want to say anniversary. They wanted to say, eternal day. So I will adopt that and say eternal day was April the 10th. And I was working that day. And not only was I working, but I had a meeting after that 6 hour stint at court, had a meeting after that. And when I tell you on April 11th and April 12th, I was exhausted. I was exhausted. And it's just been like constant flow of productivity and being exhausted as well. But I'm really glad to be able to do this live right now to get you guys prepared for mental health awareness and for another new season of Surviving Sibling Loss, the Forgotten Mourners podcast right here. So I am excited about that and so many other things that are coming up in my business. And I have merged the two in this channel. I have merged my business, Tittle Pennick Grief Counseling and Consulting LLC, and the podcast together. I try to separate the videos, but if y'all in grief, in general grief, and then those who are surviving siblings, for those of you who want to be a part of this channel, you can, and want to support other people who are a part of the grieving community, you can. And hopefully you can get some information, some tips and resources out of this so that you can help somebody or, or get your own support. Y'all, why is this so important? Why am I even here to do this? If you have not been following the mini videos or even the original podcast that was audio only, I have the audio only podcast link in the bio. So I started out audio only back in 2019. fall of 2019, you get to hear the very beginnings of this podcast. I started to go over to YouTube to do a video podcast back in, I want to say, late 2021. So yeah, it's been a labor of love to do all that I'm doing. But why am I here? I am here because I know in the spaces that I dwelled as a young person in grief, it was not grief informed. And at one point, several points of my life, I did not have the expression to know that I was in grief and deep in grief. I did not understand how or why I was feeling the way I was feeling. Of course, I lost my brother, but I did not know that, I did not know how long this process was going to be of healing. And, you got people that say there's a 5 stages of grief and yada, yada, yada. I am also a therapist in my day job, and my niche is grief and loss. And I do not subscribe completely to the 5 stages, because what it does not explain to me is the body pain that I felt, the depression that I felt, and just the abandonment feelings for years that I felt that I really truly had to tackle. Loss had me feeling abandoned. And it exacerbated some other situations in my life. But this is the reason why I'm here. I am here at this podcast. I don't get paid for it yet. There's other things that I am launching in this month of Mental Health Awareness Month in May. Welcome to May. It's tomorrow. It's gonna be May. Anyway, so there's things that I'm launching in May, that you all, if you are a new listener, subscriber, commenter, follower, that you can actually donate to or sponsor if you are a company that you want to sponsor. But I do have a newsletter that's coming up, and excited about the newsletter that we'll be doing and featuring mental health resources and tips, as well as the grip spot. And the grip is spelled gr.ip, and gr.ip is basically grief in peace, PEACE, grief in peace while your life is in pieces. So I will share that more with you all as we get into May, being tomorrow's May. I can't believe we're in May already. But this is really the reason why I'm here. I know what it's like to be in spaces that are not conducive to a griever. I know what it's like to want to keep powering through and not take care of myself. I know what that's like. And unfortunately, it led into excessive weight gain. It led into panic attacks and didn't know it, didn't know what it was. It led into just holding on to relationships that should not be a part of my life for a long time. Um, it led into a lot of unhealthy thoughts, and more like negative thoughts. And it is not until maybe, I'm 41 now. My brother passed when I was 14, but it wasn't until like right before COVID, somewhere around when I bought my house, like 2019 and 2018-ish area, when my confidence started to grow more than it ever had. And it's still like stepping stones to get to, I don't know where to get to. I think there's never ending improvement when it comes to your body, your mind, your spirit, emotionally. And that's one thing I talk to my clients about, is where do you feel you are emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and how you think you're getting along with others, and as well as how are you getting along with yourself? What is the script that goes through your mind on a daily basis? I need to be able to capture that script, because I know that my script was not the best script. And that caused anxieties and depressions in my young life. Unfortunately, I feel as though grief took over my young self. I don't think I really lived the way that other people lived when I was in grief. I felt like I had the whole world on my shoulder at 14, 15, all the way up until 38 years old. Really felt like everything was just so heavy. And I would have light moments, of course, but it was so much that I needed to process and heal. So I got the healing that I deserved and like you deserved. And this is the reason why I started the podcast so that I could express myself and join with you all who are surviving siblings or grievers alike, so we can tell the story. And I could hear my brother in my spirit say, well, who's going to tell our story? You're the only one that really knows it. Thanks. Thanks. So thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by this channel, Surviving Sibling Loss, the Forgotten Mourners podcast. There's going to be some changes in the future of some different videos, but definitely be watchful. Definitely be watchful for new content, and be watchful for other siblings coming on to talk with me and chat with me. If you have suggestions, you have questions, you want to get in contact with me about the grip spot, the newsletter that's coming out in May. If you want to get in contact with me about some mental health things, if you're a therapist, a pastor, case manager, helping professional, medical professional, I am open for trainings. I do mental health trainings and grief and loss trainings, because everybody thinks that grief is always grieving a physical death, and it's not always the case. But my email address is mygrief@tpgcc.com. That's my grief, MYGRIEF at. Did y'all hear that? That was my ice machine. My Lord. Okay, tpgcc.com. That scared me. Oh my gosh. Anyway, pop, 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 revolution never stops. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Be sure to check me out right here on this channel. Follow, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know you're out there, because there's a lot of people out there who listen to me in the middle of the night, have insomnia, and I don't know this until like years later. So reach out to me on Facebook at LPC Chris. I have a Facebook page, a group page for Surviving Sibling Loss, the Forgotten Mourners podcast. If you see my face or you see the blue emblem, that is me. So check out my face, pose, 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 pose. And you'll get to learn a little bit more about me and my family, hopefully, in this new season. And I am trying to procure getting more people with some bigger names on this show. I love my siblings and all of their support on the channel and in the LPC Chris page over on Facebook. I appreciate them for holding space for each other, holding space for me, for supporting me in this process. And we're going to keep it moving, keep it going. So again, check me out right here on YouTube. Please share, please subscribe, get in contact with me if you want to be a sponsor for this podcast or sponsor the newsletter that's starting to come out in this week, in May, or this month in May. And again, my email address is mygrief@tpgcc.com. Again, tpgcc.com. And I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. See you right here on this channel for a new season. Bye.